take some deep breaths in and out. Lay down, sit down, just get yourself comfortable. Breathing in and out. And gently close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Take another deep breath in and feel the oxygen filling your lungs and clearing your mind. And exhale. Take another deep breath in and out. And with each breath in and out, you become more and more relaxed. Now I want you to lift your shoulders up to your ears. Hold them there, squeeze them tight. All of the tension from the day is going into your shoulder area. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, relax your shoulders down, feeling all the tension running down your arms and out through your fingertips. Gently breathing in and out, relaxing with each breath in and out. Raise your shoulders up again to your ears and squeeze them tight, feeling the tension in that area. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, gently lower them down to their natural position. Breathing in and out, relaxing with each breath in and out. We're going to focus on our breath. We're going to inhale for a count of 3, hold that breath for a count of 4, and exhale for a count of 5. And we're going to do it 3 times. Breathing in, hold, and exhale. Breathing in, hold, and exhale. Breathing in, hold, and exhale. You are feeling more and more relaxed. Your limbs are heavy, and you are completely supported by the chair or the floor or the bed. Now gently bring your breathing back to normal. Breathing in and out, and relaxing with each breath in and out. Now in your mind's eye, I want you to imagine yourself sitting in a big comfy chair. You are in a darkened room, and in the middle of the room there is a low table. Beyond the table is a heavily draped window. The curtains are slightly parted, allowing just a sliver of light to enter the room. Beside the window is a wooden door with a large keyhole, and there is daylight peeking through it. I want you to bring your focus back to the table. On the table there is a burning candle. I want you to imagine what kind of holder it is in. Is it an old-fashioned brass one, an elaborate candelabra, or is it just a plain and simple glass one? Now I want you to focus on your candle. Is it tall? Is it short? Is it round? Is it square? It's your candle. It's your choice. Bring your focus to the flame at the top of the candle. Concentrate on the flame. Look at the way it flickers and dances. Now, using your mind's eye, I want you to steady the flame. Your thoughts are controlling the flame. Calm the flame, and your thoughts become calm as well. The flame is calm and burning steady and bright. Concentrate on the flame and make it burn steady and bright. Calm your mind and calm the flame. Make the flame burn steady and bright. The flame is burning steady and bright. Now I want you to rise from your big comfy chair and walk over to the table and pick up the candle and its holder, all the while keeping the flame burning steady and bright. Lifting the candle brings your awareness to the illuminated, hovering dust particles that are dancing in the streak of light that the parted curtains creates. And looking towards the window, you can now feel the pull of the outdoors. I want you to walk slowly towards the window and with your free hand draw back the curtains. It reveals a large white windowsill. I want you to place your candle on it, looking at the flame once more, and make sure it continues to burn steady and bright. Now turn towards the wooden door. Reach out and turn the handle. Pull the door towards you and step through the doorway onto a wooden veranda. Turn and close the door behind you and look at the candle through the window and make sure the flame continues to burn steady and bright. Turn away from the window and step towards the edge of the veranda. Stand for a moment and allow the morning sun's warmth to penetrate your skin. A cool breeze blows and heightens all your senses. I want you to walk out to the edge of the veranda, and in front of you, you see a pathway leading down to a gate that is in an archway. On either side of the archway is a tall hedge for as far as the eye can see. What's on the other side of this gateway? What's on the other side of the hedge? I want you to step down off the veranda and walk down the path towards the gate. When you reach it, push the gate open and step through. There you see there are garden beds that are completely overrun with weeds. Just a few beautiful flowers are dotted amongst the weeds. But for the most part, all the beds are covered in weeds. Beside the gate is a basket. I want you to pick it up. It's time to tend your garden. I want you to walk over to the first garden and kneel down. Hiding in the weeds is a sign. On the sign it says, fear. And next to this sign is one that says freesias. Digging around, you find a small trowel in the garden bed that hasn't been used for a very long time. I want you to pick it up now and start digging away at all of the weeds. All of these weeds represent your fear. Any fear that you have ever had, fears that have held you back, fears that have paralyzed you, fears that have prevented you from moving forward, prevented you from blossoming into the beautiful flower that you could become. And as you dig out the weeds and place them in your basket, every now and again you pull out a bulb. I want you to pop that bulb back into the ground very carefully and gently, covering it with new earth. And now that you have finished weeding your garden, you have no more fears. You can imagine what your garden will look like once these beautiful freesia bulbs start popping up into gorgeous flowers. Stand up and look at your handiwork. You have cleared out all the fear, all the weeds of fear that you have brought with you up until now have been weeded out of the garden, and in the not too distant future, beautiful freesias will pop up where the fear once was. and you can blossom into the beautiful person that those fears had held back. I want you to turn around now and make your way to the next garden bed. As you walk over to it, make sure you take your basket with you. And kneeling down in front of this garden bed, there's another sign. And on it, it says sunflowers. And off into the distance, into the end of this bed, you can see that there is a sunflower with just one head pointing towards the sun. This is a sign from the sunflowers that they wish to bloom again. There is a sad little sunflower that you nearly missed amongst the weeds, with its head bowed, pointing towards the ground. Next to the sunflower sign, you can see the word sadness written on a plaque. And this is your bed of sadness. Each weed represents the sad things that have held you back from becoming that all you could be. I want you to start weeding that garden. And each time you pull out those weeds, think of the times that you have been sad. These sadnesses are a part of you, but they no longer serve you. So you need to be rid of them. Weed out your garden of sadness. And as you go through these weeds and pull them out, you can find little seeds of sunflowers that are part of this bed that have been choked by the weeds. I want you to pick them out and carefully place them back into the garden bed so that not in the too distant future, you will be able to see the beautiful faces of the sunflowers standing tall and shining in the sunlight. As you finish clearing all of these weeds, I want you to stand up and look at your handiwork. And in your basket, the weeds of fear and the weeds of sadness have begun to weigh you down. Your basket is just as if they have been weighing you down all your life. Now I want you to turn and walk to another garden bed. Making your way over to the garden bed and taking the basket of weeds with you. I want you to kneel down and clear some of the weeds away. And you find a sign that says Arum Lilies. As you clear away further, you can see that there's another sign and it says anger. This is your bed of anger. Each weed represents the anger that is within you. Anger for all the times that you have been wronged. Anger for the things that you resent and the things that have made you angry. As you pull each of these weeds out, you can feel the anger dissipate. With each weed that gets placed in the basket, you are lightening your load. You are no longer holding on to that anger. And as you dig through the weeds, you can find a few of the bulbs that the arum lily has left behind. You picture the beautiful white flower that will once pop up, and it will pop up again in the not too distant future when you have done all your weeding and you have put all of these weeds of anger in your basket. Stand up and look at your garden. This bed is now clear of the weeds and your basket is again a little heavier. Now turn and walk towards another garden bed. Kneel beside it with your basket of weeds beside you and your small trowel in your hand. You clear away some of the weeds, and this time you see a sign that says guilt. This is your garden of guilt for all the things you did, for all the things you didn't do. Guilt for all the times that you may not have tried hard enough or felt that you weren't good enough. And as you pull out each of these weeds, you let go of that guilt. Guilt is a useless emotion. And as you continue to weed, you find another sign that says gladioli. You know that somewhere down the track in the not too distant future, you will have a beautiful garden full of colourful gladioli. Each time you dig up one of these beautiful bulbs, gently place it back into the earth and cover it with soil, replacing each of these weeds of guilt with a beautiful bulb that will one day blossom just as you will blossom. Once you have cleared this garden, I want you to stand up and look around at all your hard work. This is your own personal garden, and every garden takes hard work to keep it clear of weeds. Now look into that basket of weeds. Look at all the things that have held you back, all the weeds that have tangled within your life and have choked you, that have stopped you from becoming the person that you want to be. These weeds no longer holding you back. They are no longer choking you. They are no longer stifling who you really want to be. These weeds in this basket are no longer part of your garden. These emotions in your basket are no longer part of your personal garden. I want you to turn around and walk back towards the gate, taking your basket with you. When you reach the gate, you see a box of fertilizer. I want you to place the basket of weeds beside the gate and pick up the fertilizer and walk around to each of your beds that you have pulled the weeds from. I want you to sprinkle some of that fertilizer on each of those garden beds, realizing now that you have to feed your soul with the good things of life. Surround yourself with things that will nourish your soul, feed your soul. Turn back towards the gate, and you can see that there is a tap with a hose beside it. After placing your fertilizer down, take the hose and turn on the tap. Walk around and water your garden. And with each drink of water, you realize now that you need to drink in the good things in life. The water that quenches your soul's thirst. You are watering your own personal garden. You realize now that you have to attend to your garden regularly. Weed it, feed it, and water it. Lovingly care for it, and you will see the beautiful blooms that will grow and make you and your world a more wondrous place. When you finish watering, I want you to walk back and turn off the tap. Put down the hose and pick up your basket of weeds. Turn and once again look back at the garden, the beautiful garden that is now cleared of all the weeds, the garden that you have fed and watered, and the beauty that now lies beneath that will one day bloom into a gorgeous flower garden. You can see that there is room for the beautiful flowers to grow and that there is nothing holding them back. There is nothing choking the growth. You and your garden are now free to grow. Turn around and walk through the gate. Turn and close it behind you. The basket of weeds is over your arm, and as you walk along the path back to the veranda, you watch the weeds disappear. They have no place in your world. The universe has absorbed them. Climb the stairs and place your empty basket beside the front door. You look at the candle in the window and push open the door. Step through and close it behind you. Turn and pick up your candle and walk over and place it once again on the table. Take a seat in your big comfy chair, and for a moment you can smell the fresh flowers and you imagine the beautiful garden that you have created for yourself. I want you to bring your focus back to the candle on the table. Become aware of how far your candle has burnt down. Watch the flame and steady it with your mind. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Take another deep breath in, and as you exhale, blow out your candle. As you watch the smoke rise, your awareness begins to rise as well, and you are becoming more and more aware of your current surroundings. Take a deep breath in and wiggle your toes and exhale. Take another deep breath in and wiggle your fingers and exhale. Take another deep breath in and exhale. And when you're ready, open your eyes and come back to the room.